What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the NCAA Football 06 Dynasty here with the Montana State Bobcats. Well, the Bobcats are on a 2-game losing streak now after getting upset by Idaho and a terrible game against Eastern Washington last week where backup quarterback Terrence Davis did not play very good. Lee Mullins is going to be getting the start for today's game now. Zach Simpson, junior quarterback for Portland State, he's putting together a pretty solid season. Adam Roberts, not fantastic, and the backup only 87 yards for him so far, so they don't seem to have much of a run game, but Chris Johnson, 700 yards and 7 touchdowns, their leading receiver in nearly every category other than receptions. Mario King leads them in tackles. They have 2 guys with 11 tackles for loss, Carpenter with 5 sacks, and Andrew Brown with 2 picks. So we are going to be without Kevin Fuller, of course, for the last game of the season. This is the last game he should be missing. He should be back next week when we take on Sacramento State at home. But hopefully Lee Mullins can play better than Terrence Davis did. Davis really did struggle. Montana State is going to have the football to start off this first possession. And we started off pretty nicely with a big kick return getting us out to the 40. Starting things on the ground with Vince Robinson, he only picks up a gain of 2. We're going to try to be a lot more run-focused if we can today. I think that was one of our big downfalls last week, is we kind of just went away from the run game early on and then couldn't get back into it because we were down by a lot. We run it 3 straight plays to begin the game and end up going 3 and out. This pass is going to be tipped and fall incomplete. First pass of the game for Simpson, rather. Simpson floats this one over the middle, and he's got his man, Adam Roberts, the running back on 3rd down, comes up with a big catch. Faking the toss, quick throw to the right side, he's got Chris Johnson, their leading receiver, and he already has 40 passing yards. Into our territory now on our own 40. Zach Simpson, under some pressure, fires this one to the end zone, and the pass is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Steve Adams. Out of the eye, he hits a play fake. Simpson throws right side, and it's going to be broken up by Robert Kraft. Looking for another 3rd down conversion now. Zach Simpson fires this one back across his body, right off of the back of his fullback. That looked like Simpson got annihilated as he let that one go too, and Portland State has to end up punting, but they do pin us pretty far back in their own territory. What a catch by Larry Lane on the ensuing drive. As a nice play fake there. Lee Mullins rolling to his right, gets it out to Lane. Not the most accurate throw. I was actually kind of scared it was going to get picked, but Larry Lane comes up big. And now Vince Robinson's coming up big. He's going to pick up a 1st down, and there's an injured Vikings linebacker on the ground. Robinson with another carry and another 1st down, breaking tackles. He's already at 31 yards on just 5 carries. Nothing too serious for the Portland State linebacker, though, and he will return to the game shortly. Mullins looking to throw again, moving to his left, and he can take off and run. He's got 80 speed. He's going to use it, sliding at the 15. Toss to the left here for Robinson, who pitches it back out to Larry Lane. He fumbled the football. Lane's supposed to throw it, but when the fumble occurred, I guess all of our receivers just started blocking, and that was just a big mess. But we're going to pick up most of that lost yardage here. Lee Mullins on the quarterback keeper to the right side. A high snap on 3rd down. Throw to the right is incomplete. Looking for Paul Washington. And we're going to bring up Gabriel Fields now for the 32-yard field goal attempt. And he nails it. Probably the last play of the quarter now. Roberts is going to take that to the right side, and he's slow to get up, grabbing at his chest. And so now the backup, David Moore, is going to be their running back. They're going to give it to him here, and he lost the football. It's on the ground. Picked up by Darren Perry, who forced the fumble. Touchdown, Montana State. A scoop and score. Darren Perry just does it all on his own here. Take a look at this. He engages with the fullback, gets to the running back there, forces the fumble, scoops it up, and takes it 20 yards to the crib. The Vikings find themselves down by 2 possessions now. Nice catch made by Adams on the right side, but it's not going to count as they caught him for a holding. They caught Cooper there. So instead of 1st and 10, it's 2nd and 20. Simpson throws over the middle. It's too low and incomplete. Now faced with a 3rd down and long. He's going to float this one left side, and that is going to be too far for Andrew Smith. They're going to have to get off the field. Great field position here for Montana State, and not so great after the sack. We're going to lose 9 yards off of the play fake. Here's Robinson going right up the middle, protecting the football, and he picks up that lost yardage plus a couple more yards. Adam Roberts, a bruised rib, and he's going to be missing the rest of the half. 3rd and 8, Mullins to throw for it, moving to his right. Doesn't have enough room to run it, so he's going to fire it downfield for Curtis Brown. Great job there by Lee Mullins, improvising, just working on the fly, and a perfect pass to Curtis Brown despite some decently good coverage. That's going to set up goal to go now for us. Vince Robinson goes up the middle, trucks a defender, and he's down inside of the 5. Just 1 yard left to go. Robinson cuts it to the right. Tackled into the end zone. Touchdown, Montana State. That's going to put us up by 17 now. We're doing a pretty good job so far bouncing back from our last 2 games. But here's a big run by Moore. David Moore across the 40. Giving chase is Garrett. He's going to get him, but not until he's inside of the red zone. Huge run here by the backup running back who got some superb blocking and just basically ran right through a bunch of white jerseys. Thank goodness he's not the fastest guy in the world. Otherwise, he easily would have been gone for 6. They're going to give him the football again, but Jesse Schroeder knocks him down at the line of scrimmage right there. Looking for the 3rd down conversion. Simpson tries to throw. He's not going to be able to. Sacked by Pat Hadley, number 11 now, which is actually going to give him the lead in the nation when it comes to sacks. They are in field goal range, though, and they are going to finally get on the board. A little bit of a weird field goal. Probably shouldn't have counted. It went right through the upright, but you know what? I guess I'll take it. They're finally on the board. What a catch by Larry Lane on the left side. Holy cow, dude. Lee Mullins is slinging this thing around. He only has 1 incomplete pass thus far. Looking for Lane again, and he's got him down at the 10-yard line. Goal to go once again for MSU, and Lee Mullins can do no wrong right now. He is balling out. He's playing a whole lot better than he has in the last 2 games he's participated in. Firing to the end zone, he's got Curtis Brown, and when it rains, it pours. That happened to us last week. It was pouring hard, and now we're the ones that are doing it to Portland State. That will take us to the break where we lead by 21 points. They're going to get the football to start off the second half, though, and they're looking for a much better half of play. Nice catch made there. He takes it across the 30, out to the 35, probably actually a couple yards past the 35-yard line. Big time play there. Simpson throws this one underneath. That's Andrew Smith, and he has about 5 yards, I'd say. 2nd down. Here's a toss to Roberts, who's back into the game. He's going to throw it back to his quarterback. Fumble on the play. It goes out of bounds, but they are going to lose a ton of yards there. 3rd and 12 now. Simpson under pressure, but gets it out to Chris Johnson, making a diving reception. He saw Larry Lane do that earlier today, and he's like, you know what? I think I can do that too. And he comes up clutch on 3rd down. Mullins firing over the middle, and that's going to be right off of the hands of Smith. Simpson looking to throw again. He's going to fire right side. Smith hauls this one in, but only for about 4 yards. Make it 5. Once again, they're faced with 3rd down. Play fake, and Smith makes a dive in reception, making up for that drop he had. Now at their own 35-yard line, or our 35-yard line, rather, Steve Adams is going to make this reception over the middle. Montana State with 9 hurries so far today, but only 1 sack. More play action, firing to the end zone. Picked off by Cameron Whitaker. A miscommunication by Portland State, as there was no receiver even close. The only guy there was Whitaker, and he was ready for it. And Montana State's going to take back over after Portland State put together their best drive of the game. Nice throw there by Lee Mullins, getting it out to Larry Lane, and Mullins still with just a single incompletion, now 5 in a row when it comes to completions. And Vince Robinson goes right up the middle. He gets rocked and loses the football, though, and Portland State's going to take it right back. The linebacker who had to leave the game in the first quarter coming up with a big play. Simpson steps up in the pocket, and he's got Steve Adams there. That's going to be a quick 1st down. In Bobcat territory, more play action, firing over the middle, and the pressure forces an incompletion just barely. 3rd and 7, Simpson firing back to the left side. His pass is incomplete, broken up, and they're going to have to punt again. We got Cameron Whitaker actually back here returning as we played it safe. The ball's on the ground, though. Luckily, Jimmy Kent is there to scoop it up. Thank goodness it wouldn't have mattered because actually what ended up happening is Jimmy Kent pushed one of the Portland State players into the football, so it was fair catch interference. Kind of a weird play, but works out in our favor. And now Montana State with a huge run. Vince Robinson, big-time play, but at what cost? More, our right tackle is going to have to exit the game. Toss to the right for Robinson. He's going to throw it, and it's right off of the hands of Lane. If that play was going to go wrong, I think it'd be like a bad throw, but nah, he put it right on the money. And another throw that was maybe out of reach of Larry Lane. I think he could have caught it. Luckily, it shouldn't matter too much unless Portland State comes back, but we are able to get another field goal from Gabriel Fields, who doesn't have the strongest leg, but he's hit 2 for 2 today. This return from just across the 5-yard line. It's Chris Johnson. He's got some blocking to the right side. He's got some good speed across the 40, and he is gone. Portland State finally gets into the end zone. Going for 2 now to shorten this deficit. Instead, it's going to be picked off by Kevin Orts. I really wanted to return that for 2. I've actually never done that in Madden or in NCAA. Got myself a pick 2, and I guess I'm going to have to still wait for it. Kicking off to Montana State now. Lane from his own 10 to return. He's got some solid blocking of his own. Looking to take it to that crib. He's not going to get a touchdown, but a big return out to the 46. Tyrone Manigat hasn't gotten very many carries so far today. Here he's going to pick up 8 or 9 yards. That's going to take us into the 4th quarter. Robinson with the carry, and he's not going anywhere there. One of the few times they've been able to stop him today. 3rd down, we're going to give it to him again, and once again, denied yardage. It's going to be 4th down and 2, and the offense stays on the field. A 3rd straight carry for Robinson, and he's got it. Montana State holds on to the football. Risky call works out. Mullins fires this one to the left side, caught by Collins. The defender fell over, and this is going to be a Bobcat touchdown. Lee Mullins with another great play, 42 yards to the tight end Collins, and that will probably be the nail in the coffin if the nail wasn't already in the coffin. Portland State, do they have any kind of a comeback in these last 3.5 minutes? Simpson gets this one out to Smith, who gets some solid yards after that catch, and that's out across the 45. Or the 35, I should say. They're out at the 37-yard line now. More play action, and we've had enough of that. I don't know why they keep doing it, because their ground game is not working. Max Lloyd with the sack. Toss to the right for Roberts, who's going to throw the football again, and off the mark looking for Adams. Simpson dropping back to throw, firing right side, and he's got his man for a big-time 3rd down conversion. He gets into our territory. Toss to the right for Roberts, who's going to throw it back to his quarterback, and finally it works out. 3rd try is the charm for these halfback passes, and Simpson, I think he got a 1st down. Indeed he did. Play fake, firing this one to the left, and way off the mark for Steve Adams. Simpson's been pretty inaccurate so far today. Just over 2 minutes left to go in the game. This pass could have been intercepted by Schroeder, but it's just going to fall incomplete. 4th down, Simpson looking to air it out. Going for it all here, and it's going to be caught by Steve Adams in double man coverage. Holy macro, what a throw. Easily their best play of the game so far. I don't know how he fit that in there, but they're going to get a touchdown on offense now. Kind of a weird onside kick. It was like a hybrid of an onside kick and like a squib kick there. Lane is going to return it, and he gets a pretty solid return, and now we have a Portland State player hurt. Nothing too serious for him, though. So now all we're going to have to do is run this clock down, and the way that Robinson has been running the football today, that shouldn't be much of a problem. He's going to get the football again to the left side, gets the edge, cuts it back inside, and that's about 15 more yards for him. 127 yards on just 17 carries. We're going to give it to him on 3rd down and long after getting stuffed a couple of times, just to pad the stats a little bit more. Vince Robinson's been a heck of an impact player for us so far, and he's a big reason we break our losing streak now. I mean, it's probably too late. Obviously, it is too late to make a whole lot of noise in like the top 25 at this point. You can't lose games like those like we did against Idaho and Eastern Washington and expect to, play for a championship or anything like that, which, you know, I've been hoping to do. Gotta do some better recruiting, recruit some higher rated players. That's for the offseason though. Can we talk about Lee Mullins? He was 8 of 10 for 211 yards and a touchdown, looking like Jimmy Garoppolo in that NFC Championship a couple of years ago. And that was kind of the goal going into this game. I didn't want the game to be on the shoulders of Lee Mullins, but when he had to throw the football, he did a good job. He limited mistakes. Our only turnover was a fumble, so no interceptions or anything like that, which is really good. His first game without throwing a pick six. And then the defense balled out too. We got an interception, we got a scoop and score, we got a couple of sacks. Just an all-around great way to end this losing streak. And Will Black, we got another wide receiver who's going to be committing to us now, big 6'5" wide receiver. And Darren Perry with the scoop and score that he forced himself. He's going to be the Big Sky player the Big Sky defensive player of the week. Idaho State's on a 4-game winning streak now as they defeat the Grizzlies. Sacramento State beats down on Navy here 38-7. Weber State and Eastern Washington have a crazy game in overtime, which the Wildcats end up winning. And then Idaho loses again, this time to Northern Arizona 48-25. And that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, leaving a like would be very much appreciated. But until next time, this has been Jeffrey, reminding you to stay moist.